Children, doing it. It is time. We have talked about it. We have joked about it, but I'm really going to do it now. We're making a YouTube channel. I'm going to read you books. You're going to like it. I'm going to like it. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a good time. All right. So, yeah, I have a funny reflection. It's okay. You're not going to look at my face for very much longer. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mrs. Blakley, but I'm pretty sure the majority of my subscribers, they'll know me because, like, I'm not cool. There's no reason to come find me on the internet unless you know me. So, Mrs. Blakley is going to read you books, and we are starting off with The Boxcar Children. This is an all-time favorite of mine. I read all of the books when I was a kid. Like, I had them all. We would have the school book fairs, and we would buy all of them, and I had them for years and years. I have number 1 here. This is written by Gertrude Chandler Warner. I'm going to read you chapter 1 today. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it much further than that because my voice is wrecked. You hear that? You hear this? You've heard me say it before. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to Florida, which is heartbreaking because your sun is so fantastic. The ocean is so good. But, like, the more I'm outside, the more my nose runs and my voice is scratchy and I'm a mess. Look what I found, you guys. I could see it in the reflection of my glasses. Do you see that? I got this for a party, and I never have a reason to wear it. I feel like this is a good reason to wear it. There we go. What do you think? Yeah. Like I said, you're not going to see much of my face because I'm going to let you follow along and look at the words while I read them. It's going to be weird because, again, this is like my first video ever, my first YouTube video ever. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out together. They'll get better as we go along. The Boxcar Children. Ready, set, go. All right, so how do we do this? I can't turn the camera around. Uh-oh. Like that? I need to get a better setup. You might have to stare at my face while I read. It's going to get awkward. It's going to get weird. Can we do it like this? I'm in my car. I'm in my best life. Because my kids have piano lessons, and, you know, this is the time that I have. Okay. Boxcar Children. I'll just read sideways, so that way it won't be weird when I'm, like, not looking at you, right? This works. This is a good setup. Chapter 1, The 4 Hungry Children. Okay? Okay. One warm night, 4 children stood in front of a bakery. No one knew them. No one knew where they had come from. The baker's wife saw them first, as they stood looking in at the window of her store. The little boy was looking at the cakes, the big boy was looking at the loaves of bread, and the 2 girls were looking at the cookies. Now, the baker's wife did not like children. She did not like boys at all. So she had come to the front of the bakery and listened, looking very cross. "The cake is good, Jessie," the little boy said. He was about 5 years old. "Yes, Benny," said the big girl, "but bread is better for you, isn't it, Henry?" "Oh, yes," said Henry. "We must have some bread, and cake is not good for Benny and Violet." "I like bread best anyways," said Violet. She was about 10 years old, and she had pretty brown hair and brown eyes. "That is just like you, Violet," said Henry, smiling at her. "Let's go into the bakery." I keep looking at myself. I don't mean to, but, like, I see myself, and then I'm like, who's that? And then it's like me. Okay, so where were we? 4 children. They're hungry. They're at the bakery. They're going to go in. They're going to get some food. "Maybe they will let us stay here for the night." The baker's wife looked at them as they came in. "I want 3 loaves of bread, please," said Jessie. She smiled politely at the woman, but the woman did not smile. She looked at Henry as he put his hand in his pocket for the money. She looked cross, but she sold him the bread. Jessie was looking around too, and she saw a long red bench under each window of the bakery. The benches had flat red pillows on them. "Will you let us stay here for the night?" Jessie asked. "We could sleep on those benches, and tomorrow we could help you wash the dishes and do things for you." Now the woman liked this. She did not like to wash dishes very well. She would like to have a big boy to help her with the work. "Where are your father and mother?" she asked. "They are dead," said Henry. "Oh yeah, I should have forewarned you. That's kind of sad, but, like, it's cool. Like, it's a good book." So, yeah, they're not alive, which That's a bummer. We have a grandfather in Greenfield, but we don't like him, said Benny. Jessie put her hand over the little boy's mouth before he could say more. Oh, Benny, keep still, she said. Why don't you like your grandfather? Asked the woman. He is our father's father, and he didn't like our mother, said Henry, so we don't think he would like us. We are afraid he would be mean to us. Did you ever see him? Asked the woman. No, answered Henry. Then why do you think he would be mean to you? Asked the woman. Well, he never came to see us, said Henry. He doesn't like us at all. Where did you live before you came here? Asked the woman. But not one of the 4 children would tell her. We'll get along all right, said Jessie. We want to stay here for only one night. You may stay here tonight, said the woman at last, and tomorrow we'll see what we can do. Henry thanked her politely. We are all pretty tired and hungry, he said. The children sat down on the floor. Henry cut one of the loaves into 4 pieces with his knife, and the children began to eat. Delicious, said Henry. Well, I never, said the woman. She went into the next room and shut the door. Yeah, bye. Why's she mean? We don't know why people are mean. Sometimes people are just mean. We ignore them. I'm glad she is gone, remarked Benny, eating. She doesn't like us. Truth, Benny. Benny understands. Shh, Benny, said Jessie. She is good to let us sleep here. After supper, the children lay down on their red benches, and Violet and Benny soon went to sleep. But Jessie and Henry could hear the woman talking to the baker. Oh, look, there's a picture. Oh, boy, it's Benny. He's sleeping. Okay, so Jessie and Henry could hear the woman talking to the baker. She said, I'll keep the 3 older children. They can help me. But the little boy must go to the children's home. He is too little. I cannot take care of him. The baker answered, Very well. Tomorrow I will take the little boy to the children's home. We'll keep the others for a while, but we must make them tell us who their grandfather is. Jessie and Henry waited until the baker and his wife had gone to bed. Then they sat up in the dark. Oh, Henry, whispered Jessie. Let's run away from here. Yes, indeed, said Henry. We'll never let Benny go to a children's home. Never, never. We must be far away by the morning, or they will find us. But we must not leave any of our things here. Jessie sat still, thinking. Our clothes and a cake of soap and towels are in the big laundry bag, she said. Violet has her little work bag, and we have 2 loaves of bread left. Have you your knife and the money? Yes, said Henry. I have almost $4. Okay, by the way, this book, you guys, was written in, wait for it, copyright millions of years ago, 1942. So, like, backwards math, 79, 83, a lot of years ago, 81 years. 81 years ago. Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody should check that math. 2023 minus 1942 years ago. That's how many years ago. All right, so they say weird things like, yes, indeed. And, $4 is a lot of money. Okay. Next page. You must carry Benny, said Jessie. He will cry if we wake him up, but I'll wake Violet. Shh, Violet, come. We're going to run away again. If we don't run away, the baker will take Benny to a children's home in the morning. The little girl woke up at once. She sat up and rolled off the bench. She did not make any noise. What shall I do? She whispered softly. Carry this, said Jessie, and she gave her the work bag. Jessie put the 2 loaves of bread into the laundry bag, and then she looked around the room. All right, she said to Henry, take Benny now. Henry took Benny into his arms and carried him to the door of the bakery. Jessie took the laundry bag and opened the door very softly. All the children went out quietly. They did not say a word. Jessie shut the door, and then they all listened. Everything was very quiet. So the 4 children went down the street. There's a picture of Jessie and Violet. They're putting their stuff into their bags. And we stop there, my friends. Okay, here goes. Here, I'm putting it on the internet. It's happening. It's really happening. All right. That was the Boxcar Children with Mrs. Blakley. Thank you for stopping by. Subscribe and like. I'm just joking. Like, I don't actually know how to do any of this. I just really want a platform where I can read you books. And you can follow along if you have a copy of that book. You can follow along while I read it. If you know I'm going to read a book, you can get that book from the library and you can follow along while I read. Or you can just listen. I discovered audiobooks like 2 years ago. I barely watch TV anymore. It's wonderful. So I hope to be for you the audiobook that, you didn't know you needed in your life. I'm going to read you things. And once in a while, maybe we'll go on adventures. And it'll be good. And yeah. Okay? Okay. Cool. Cheers, my friends. Peace. God, I'm so cool. You know I am. Like, don't pretend like I'm not the coolest ever. With my backwards fluorescent pink hat. Oh, look at it. It matches my dress. Didn't even do it on purpose. I just happen to have cool things hanging around in my car. Oh, look. Maybe we wear these for the next video. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good time, you guys. Find me later.